What if what you focus on becomes your reality? One groundbreaking experiment shocked the scientific world, revealing that consciousness can decide what becomes real. Even Einstein pushed back, saying a particle must have a reality independent of the measurements. But quantum physics says otherwise. It's not just that you see the world, it's that your focus shapes it. In fact, the object of our attention literally becomes the reality of our world. And this isn't just a theory, it's backed by quantum science. The double slit experiment doesn't just suggest that you influence your reality, it shows that your focus literally creates it. This is from the book The Divine Matrix by Gregg, Braden. You can get the book from the top of the description. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how your awareness shapes the world around you, and how to use this understanding to shift your life in powerful ways. And again, this isn't just a theory, it's grounded in quantum science. Stay until the end to discover why the double slit experiment could be the clearest proof that your thoughts, your focus, and your attention create the reality you experience. The double slit experiment. Particles that defy logic. I'll have the image on screen at some point. The experiment involves firing particles like electrons through a barrier with two slits. But what happens with two slits defies logic. So first, when only one slit is opened, it behaves as expected. It acts like a particle, it goes through the slit and hits the target like a little bullet. Simple, predictable, no surprises. But when two slits are open, the electron does something strange. The electron still begins its journey as a particle, but instead of going through just one slit, it behaves as if it goes through both at once. And again, the image will be on screen at some point. It creates a kind of interference pattern on the target, the kind you'd only expect from a wave of energy. This is what physicists call quantum weirdness. The electron's behaviour changes based on the setup, but here's the real important part. When scientists add a detector to see which slit the electron actually goes through, the wave pattern disappears. The electron goes back to acting like a particle. No more waves, no more interference pattern, just a dot on the backboard again. So what's actually going on here? What's causing the electron to switch between wave and particle? The setup, the slits, the particle itself, or is something else at play? Everything about the experiment stayed the same, except one thing. Someone decided to look. Your focus changes reality. This is what shocked the scientific world. Just the act of looking, your conscious awareness, changed the outcome of a physical event. The electron didn't change, the slits didn't change, you changed. The moment you observe the experiment, the wave of possibilities collapses. Instead of acting like a wave, the electron chooses a single path because that's what logical humans think will happen. A single outcome because you focused on it. So the double slit experiment revealed something radical. Reality doesn't exist in a fixed state. It exists in a cloud of possibilities until you observe it. And the moment you do, that cloud collapses into one version. The version you're focused on, what you think will happen. Gregg Braden, in The Divine Matrix, puts it simply: the object of our attention becomes the reality of our world. That's not a metaphor, it's a scientific observation. Your attention doesn't just witness reality, it helps shape it. Your focus collapses possibility into form. And here's the mind-bending part. If your awareness can change how electrons behave, which are in everything when you get down to the smallest details, what else is it changing? If the tiniest building blocks of reality respond to your focus, what about your body, your goals, your entire future? Let's look at what this really means for you and how you can use it. You are a creator, not a victim. There are three major interpretations of what's going on here, and they all agree on one thing. You shape the version of reality you experience. Number one, the Copenhagen Interpretation. This is the most widely accepted view in physics. And again, I'll have the image on screen at some point. It says, All outcomes exist at once until you look. Your awareness then collapses possibility into one single outcome. Not the slits, not the particle, you. It says in the book, the very act of observation is what appears to turn one of the quantum possibilities into reality. So the moment you focus, you lock in one version of reality, and that version becomes your world. So the pro to this interpretation is that it explains quantum behaviour clearly, and the con is that it assumes reality needs an observer to exist, which many find uncomfortable. Number 2, the many worlds interpretation. This one's wild, but deeply powerful. It says, every possibility actually happens. Each outcome plays out in its own parallel universe. So that healed version of you, that successful, joyful, free version of you, it already exists somewhere. And when you change your focus, you change your track. You shift into another universe. This is what's called quantum jumping and quantum leaping. And it's what all of Marvel's actually going through now with all the multiverses and that. It says in the book, when we relax our focus, like in dreams, we may drift through these other worlds of possibility. The pro to this interpretation is that it helps explain where all those other possibilities go, and the con is that it still struggles with gravity like the first theory. So the first one, the Copenhagen Interpretation, apparently doesn't take the factor of gravity into consideration. And this many worlds interpretation is the same. The third interpretation is the Penrose Interpretation. This one brings in something others ignore, gravity. Sir Roger Penrose says, each possible reality has its own energy field, but only one version is stable enough to last. The more you focus with belief and emotion, the more energy you give that version until it becomes your reality. This means your beliefs don't just reflect your world, they help construct it. And going deeper, that's why everyone's beliefs and perceptions and subconscious mind and everything has just been so programmed from birth and through school, so that everyone's reality is how other people have created it. People haven't and aren't creating their own reality most of the time. So the pro to this one is that it finally links the quantum physics with Einstein's gravity. And the con to this is some people say it's too complex or unnecessary, but it adds a powerful piece. But again, going deeper into theories, gravity might not even be something that we need to focus on. Like, it sounds weird, because again, it's what we've been taught, but there's theories that gravity isn't even a thing, it's actually all just magnetic frequencies, and everything has its own magnetic field, and the Earth has its own magnetic field, so things are drawn to it, just like gravity draws things to it. But no matter what theory you lean towards, they all point to one truth. You're not just observing reality like we're told, you're participating in it. And like I said earlier, you're a creator, not a victim. And your focus, beliefs, and most importantly, your emotions, is the key to unlocking the world you want to live in. So if all of this is true, every thought, every belief, every emotion is either repeating your old reality or creating a brand new one. So ask yourself, what reality are you unconsciously choosing again and again? So we began with one question. Can your awareness shape reality? The Double Slit Experiment proves that it can. I'm going to repeat it again. Your observation doesn't just witness reality, it creates it. And now you know why. So if life feels stuck, shift your focus, shift your energy, and reality will shift with you. You're not just a passive observer, you're a creator. The question is, are you creating by default or design? Stay conscious, stay focused, and remember, you shape your reality with your awareness. So if you want to learn more, or you're skeptical and don't believe this, then you can get the book. It's top of the description. It explains everything even deeper than I can do in just videos. But if you learnt something new, please like and subscribe to keep learning. If you know anyone who would be interested in this kind of content, then please share this to them, as it really helps me out. If you want to watch any of the other videos I've made on this book, then the playlist will be on screen now. And remember, stay positive even when it seems everything is against you.